So where should we begin?
Yeah, shit, go on with it. Go on, let me know. Tell me something. Tell me something good.
Well, everybody always wants to know how and why I started comedy. Originally, I got into comedy because I needed to be found. And when I was looking for my dad, the great drummer Bruno Carr, my mother used to tell me, get famous and he'll find you. Don't look for him. So that was her ruling. So I used that same ruling to be found by my children.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, so you were lost and you wanted to become found.
I was lost. Well, they were lost. I
Yeah.
wasn't lost. I knew where I was. I just didn't know where they was.
Gotcha.
Because of something called custodial interference. That's when the father takes the child
Gotcha.
and you don't know where they at.
Gotcha.
And they were in Africa.
What?
Yeah, man. He took my kids to Africa. Can you imagine how I felt when I saw the color purple?
Right. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Damn.
That was my life. But yeah, it worked. I got on Comic View and it aired in June. No, it aired in, I don't remember. Anyway, it took them about 6 months to find me
Wow.
on TV. And, now they back in my life. So
Wow.
that's what comedy did for me. And that's why I got into it. And then after I found them, I just kept doing it because they was giving me money to be my silly self.
Right. How can you say no to that?
Right?
Right.
And a lot of comedians don't like when I say that, but it's real talk.
Yeah.
Comedy is like being paid to be yourself.
Right.
That's the rule for me.
Right.
Be yourself and have a good time.
Right. Well, I think that's when you found your thing in life, when it comes the most natural to you and you can get paid for whatever that is. I think that's when you really live in your life.
Seriously, it's much easier when it's who you are more so than what you do.
Right.
Right. Yes, indeed.
So wait a minute. So let's go back just a little bit, because you just like, I needed to define my people and I said I might be famous. Why did you connect comedy to that? Were you always kind of funny? Were you doing like theater before that? Because that's just a bold move to up and decide this time I'm gonna get famous.
I was a silly baby.
Gotcha.
Let's start there. My mother used to tell me all the time, girl, why you so silly all the time?
And you from the Bronx?
I'm from the boogie
Silly
down.
and the boogie down. Okay, gotcha. Take us back. Yeah.
And I wasn't a class clown.
Okay.
I was a scholar actually from kindergarten.
Wow.
From kindergarten, I went to second grade. You know what I'm saying? It was like, she's crazy and she's smart.
Gotcha.
So I got skipped in kindergarten and from there, just, I don't know. I just love making people laugh. I love acting silly.
Yeah.
I couldn't fight, so if I was in trouble, I just started telling jokes and yeah, that got me out of a lot of...
Nice. So on the road to Def Comedy Jam, because, man, that's like one of these spots to be on if you're a comic, especially going back into the, late 90s, early 2000s. Like, that was the show to get on.
Right.
So how did you just try something new to ending up on Def Comedy Jam? What was the road like before you even got to Def Comedy? Were you open micing? Did you start running the circuits and then audition? Or what was that process kind of like, and you getting started and then making your way there?
Well, I didn't even know how to get started in comedy. I saw Def Comedy Jam on TV, and I was like, I could do that.
Yeah.
But it took a little bit for me to actually do it. And as far as Def Comedy Jam,
yeah,
I never been on that.
What?
I did several seasons of Comic View.
Comic View, that's what it was. Comic View, gotcha.
I did Martin Lawrence First Amendment.
Okay.
I did One Mic Stand.
Yeah.
What else did I do? Last Comic Stand-In, of course.
Oh yeah, that's right. Most those were most recent, right? That wasn't too
That
long
was
ago.
the most recent, 2014.
Yeah.
And a couple of talking head shows on BET when they were doing that back in the day.
Nice.
And that's it. I've been around for a long, long time. I thought I would be a whole lot richer than I am right now, but whatever.
Right.
Whatever.
Right. It's like, when does it come? It's like you're shaking the tree.
I
and
know.
it's like, okay, 1 apple, 2 apples. It's like, yo, I need more apples.
Exactly.
All right.
So
nice.
that's the journey. But
so you just ran the circuit first and you opened mics?
I was watching.
How did you get to Comic View?
Tavis Smiley one night, and Steve Harvey was on there. He was talking about the difference between a comic and a comedian. And he was talking about how, like, a comedian can find the humor in anything. Like, I have jokes right now about my mother dying, and that's my only friend on the earth, on the planet, who is no longer on the earth, on the planet, but still, you know what I'm saying? So a comedian will find the humor in anything and present it, lightheartedly, where a comic would mimic a comedian. Yeah. That's what I got from it. And I was like, oh my God, I'm a comedian. So I called the New York Comedy Club and I said, I would like to try out to be a comedian. And they said, okay, bring 5 paying customers.
I remember them days.
Yes,
Bringer shows.
the bringer shows.
Yeah.
So that's how I started. And my first show, they were like stomping on the floor, beating on the table. I got a standing ovation. I was like, what?
Wow.
So from there, I did a couple more bringer shows. But back then, we was all on welfare.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody had no money. So when I wanted people to come, sometimes I had to buy drinks for them, help them with the travel and the babysit. I was like, honey, I cannot afford to do comedy. This is too expensive for me.
Yeah.
So then I started entering contests.
Gotcha.
And winning.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
I was in comedy maybe 2-3 months. People were lining up for my autograph. Excuse me?
What?
Me?
Wow.
You know,
so you knew instantly you had something.
Well, it was either that or singing. And from my experience, when I watch R&B singers on TV, like you have to have a certain, look, sexy, whatever. Like, and I knew, like, when I say in my jokes, that's why my special on Dry Bar says, I wish these were jokes, because most of my stuff is true.
Real life.
Yes. Like, I knew when I was a kid, I was not going to grow up to be sexy. You know what I'm saying? Handsome? Maybe. But sexy? No. So, I was always into music, straight from the drummer's nuts. My dad is a drummer.
Gotcha.
And, but the most consistent thing is my silliness.
Yeah.
So I figured maybe I could turn that into something. So that's why I chose comedy instead of singing.
But you still like the skin. Now we got to hear you blow. We got to laugh at the dark stage. We ain't got to do it now.
Please, thank you.
You know you got our show though.
You can find me singing online.
Okay.
Or at karaoke anywhere. I love me some
I'm gonna get her ass to scatter something, but she look at shoop and doop and doop and doop. She gonna scatter something before she leaving, y'all. That's why. And we were just saying too before we started. I crossed paths with you early. In my earlier years of doing comedy. I remember it was at Omar's spot. It was maybe in Harlem at the time, or maybe it was the Bronx. I remember it was under some big train. Kind of overlapping area.
On 12, what it was. Oh no. Okay, that's
I forgot the name of the spot.
It was a BBQ's.
It was BBQ's. It was BBQ's. Yeah. Thank you for remembering. It was positive. But yeah, I remember doing that show early on and having some fun. You went up there, killed it, and I think I may have took a little video or something with you at the time. But it's just funny, how things can come full circle, man. And that's the thing. This comedy industry is a marathon.
Yes, and I'm so proud of you. I mean, with laughter, laugh. I said laughter. It's laugh. Okay, don't get it twisted. It's laugh after dark. And I'm so proud of you. You've been doing your thing. I've been watching. Oh wow.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's definitely been a process, man. But I'm fortunate to have a great team, man. Shout out to Rob and Kelstad. Do their part in making the content, come to life, But it's funny for a long time as a comedian, especially when you don't get those initial TV credits. It's kind of like, man, what am I doing? When is this gonna come about? You shaking the tree, where's the apple? Right. But you're being prepared. You're being prepared, and you don't know it during the time, but you're being prepared for what is truly for you.
Well, I must be gonna be famous in heaven because the sister getting old. Man, I'm getting old. Fast.
She said, God, finna wait till the last minute. You gonna wait till Martha Stewart, and you gonna wait till it's the time? Really? That's what you gonna do, God?
I'm ready now.
Right.
But, whatever. Yeah. It's in God's time, like you say.
Right. And see, that's the interesting thing too, though, man, because a lot of comments will look at your resume and your career and say, oh, she made it, she did it. But a lot of them, they don't know like what all goes into this and how much it takes to sustain and what you really get on a lot of these shows and on these opportunities. And that's why, again, it's a marathon. Yeah. Those life-changing, circumstances, they happen, but it's time.
My material has made it. Oh, sorry. Did I say that? I just said it.
Facts, major facts.
That's why one of the things that I really mean when I say be yourself, that's what I mean. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Be yourself. Don't be taking other people's material.
Yeah.
I love people, but I can't stand joke thieves. I find them lazy because you live a life.
Yeah.
That's all comedy is, telling your story. Tell your story. Don't tell my story.
Right.
And if you do tell my story and you make it, guess what? Conscious should make you reach back for a sister. Right. You know what I'm saying? Don't just keep going.
I know a lot of that goes on too. I know a lot of that goes on too, especially from all of these TV shows. People have these opportunities and they'll take your stuff and they'll run out with it. So sometimes now with social media, because you was on the grind when you just had to have, flyers and that was it. Now we got social media. Me too. So Instagram
mailing
was just
out
cracking.
them big old VHS tapes.
Right, watch my tape. You got to rewind it. Some Martin rewinds on the beginning, but then you get to the set.
Yes, indeed. So that's why when somebody now tell me send them a picture, I'm like, you better Google.
Right.
Sending nothing no
Find
more.
a headshot.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a hard grind, but then again, also there's a part of it that I never wanted to do, which I have to take responsibility for that myself because comedy is good and it's also a business.
Right.
And I don't like the business part. I don't want to do that part.
Yeah.
I just want somebody to tell me where I'm going to be, how much I'm going to get, what time I got to be there, how much time, just tell me what I got to do.
Right.
And you do all that other stuff.
Right. Booking, email, headshot.
I don't want to do all that.
Right.
I don't want to do all that. And I never did. Yeah. I mean, in the beginning, like I said, I would mail out the VHS tapes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But now, I just don't want to do that. I just want to show up and perform.
Right.
And make people happy and go home.
Right. So you just got to get, management or representation at this point that's going to be able to keep you booked and busy. Because I know a lot of comics will have a manager, but it's like, what do they bring? So it's got to be the right manager that has the access to book you out and tour you out. Because if that don't add up, then you're doing a lot of running around for something that don't really make sense.
It's true. Yeah. So I never had a manager. I never had a team. I never had any of that.
Wow.
So that's probably why, I haven't done what I was supposed to do. Because I really wanted to do movies. I mean, I've been, my mother put me in acting school. I mean, she knew I wasn't going to be sexy, too.
Oh, okay.
But
you're acting school. She's just like, you're going to be dramatic. Is what you're going to be.
She's going to be talented, but she ain't going to be sexy, but she's going to be talented. So she put me in stuff like that, drama school and everything. So I was acting really young.
Okay.
And I think I'm a good actress. I really do.
Nice.
But I never got that opportunity. Okay. I see a lot of parts that I was like, now, Lord.
I could have killed that.
Right. She playing my part.
Right.
Lots of them.
Yeah.
But what am I do? So I don't know how to get into those doors.
Right.
You know what I mean? And at some point, I feel like maybe I'm too lazy to do that.
That could be a thing, too, because when you're a comic, man, unfortunately, we got to sell ourselves. And I beat myself up for years because, I was always doing a lot of bar shows, especially in New York. Bars, restaurants, they had shows everywhere.
Right.
And I started producing my own shows, and I went to LA. I'm producing shows, but I'm bars. I was like, man, to get to those improvs, to get to those, mainstream comedy clubs, you got to put yourself in position. So I used to beat myself up for years because I worked full time. I had the Fam Bam and stuff, and I was just like, I ain't got time to be running all behind them clubs, doing some potluck and all this kind of thing. I got time for that.
Same here. Like, people get on me now because I don't do open mics.
Right.
I don't have time to do an open mic. And I never did because when I started comedy, my youngest daughter was a baby. So I got to pay a babysitter, pay to get there because I didn't have a car at that time, and put out all this money to come and get some stage time.
Right.
I can't afford that.
To ride that, was it 2 train?
But the point is that I kept getting booked from doing shows. If I do a show, somebody come up to me all the time.
Right.
I got this show. Can you do this?
So
because one show kept leading to another, to another, to another, to another,
you don't feel in the time to be like, let me go do an open mic. Because the shows keep you busy enough.
Exactly. And I felt like, man, I made it. Every time I go to a show, I get a show or 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I didn't never focus on the business part of it.
Yeah.
And that's a big mistake. I want to tell comedians today, focus on the business part of it. And, you'll do well.
Yeah, big facts.
Look at Charlie.
Facts. Hey, I'm trying, but, I still beat myself up a lot, too, because, these days you got to have a strong social media following. They want to know what's what, how you doing online. But to get this opportunity, and I know I'm a little lazy, especially when I'm juggling life. I'm not taking an hour to record and then edit and do all this. I hate the details, too. But that can work against you because the comics that are taking the time and putting those videos and putting that content out there are building more traction, have more of a following, more likely to get those bookings. So, it's kind of like, it's kind of the game you got to play to a certain extent. But at the same time, I've always been able to say, you know what, Charlie, you just got to do what feels right to you. Because all we can do is what we can do at this moment. You can put forth a plan, you can try to do better, but don't overwhelm yourself about what somebody else got going on in the time that they have.
Right.
Because you have your capacity too.
Like I've always had magnificent ideas and just never knew how to put them into fruition. As a matter of fact, one of my biggest and greatest ideas was stolen by the what did they call it? When I was on Last Comic Standing, she was the talent coordinator, something like that.
Okay.
Like she would, make sure we where we're supposed to be in this, that. And she stole my whole joint.
What?
And made a show of it.
What? Yo, like you gave her like an idea?
Because when you do a television show like that, they ask you if you had your own show, what would it be?
Oh, wow.
And I told her, like, I would tell anybody who would listen because I want to put this out.
Right.
And I mentioned it to her, and a few years later, she produced the show.
No way.
Didn't even call me to sweep
you on
the
the
studio
show.
floor, nothing.
Damn.
Just stole it verbatim, and I have it in. I have it copyrighted.
Yeah.
But I just never went after her for it. You know what I mean? But it hurt.
You need
man.
representation. Get my suit.
It hurt.
Right.
It hurt.
I know I did.
People just take.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah.
You know what
and
I mean?
you gotta watch them eat, essentially, while you out here trying to, get to the drive-through, figure out what you finna do.
I'm so tired of being a broke billionaire. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that's exhausting. It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
Like, you too. And then, because of who I am, I can't even be mad at them. I can't be jealous or none of that. I just have to be like, I'm proud of you.
Right. Charge it to the game.
Even if you took my stuff, you took it and you did what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how to do it, but damn, you could have put me down.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't be nothing.
Yeah, right. Because at the end of the day, not everybody does have that business sense to take things to the next level or to go present it. But still, that's when you should collaborate.
Right.
We was just saying too, I ain't gonna say no names either, but I had a conversation with my team about you having those conversations. Somebody will go take it and go run with it and won't even say anything to acknowledge you. But then they burn that bridge too at that point. You know what I mean? Because it's like, all right, you've shown me how much you value and respect me and what I'm doing. So,
but that's ridiculous. And at some point, enough is enough.
Yeah.
Enough is really, really enough.
How was that last comic standing experience anyway? That's the stage of stages. When you're trying to get on and get yourself out there. How was that experience? How did it work anyway? You just auditioned and
yes, cool. I sent in a tape, and I basically got nothing from that.
Yeah.
Except people saying, "Oh, you was on Last Comic Standing."
Right.
I know I did a good job.
Yeah.
And internally, I feel like I won.
Yeah.
Second place, okay, I'll take that nationally, but internally, I know that I won.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I didn't have a team like everyone else. Before the season was over, the rest of the people on the show, most of them, at least the top 5, were booked for the entire year.
Wow.
It took me months to get my first show because I didn't have a team.
Gotcha.
And like I said on another interview, and I know that it's true, that people probably didn't come for me because they felt like I already had somebody because I was on the show.
Yeah, T2 gonna be too hot.
Who gets on the show from just sending a tape? Nobody. Right. And I was the only one who of the top 5 who was in that situation.
Wow.
So, with no representation, I should have had a special after that. I should have been.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it seemed like things got harder. Things got worse.
What? After Last Comic Standing?
After Last Comic.
But that's where the other part comes in, where it's kind of like, how are you going to promote yourself? How are you going to, do anything with that platform? And it's kind of like, where do you start? You start reaching out to clubs? You got to send another video? I guess that's the grind,
and I don't want to do that.
Right, it's the details.
None of them had to do it. They was all set up. They had their team. They had their management. They had this one. They had that one.
Right.
And anybody that I reached out to one person who told me that they got to see me first.
Huh.
I've been on TV 20
After
years.
Last Comic Standing? Yeah. See you where?
20 years.
Wow.
If you don't know me, if you don't know what I've done, if you're not the type of person to take the time to do the research, like, what do you mean?
Right.
You were a kid when I started doing comedy.
Right.
I've been doing comedy your whole life.
Right.
What are you talking about?
But they want to see. Right.
It hurt, man.
Yeah.
It hurt.
Yeah.
So
that's the process, man. That's the unfortunate thing about this grind. That's why, you gotta, if comedy is for you, comedians, then you'll stay in it and time will continue to just roll on by because, at the end of the day, it's who we are. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna do it one way or another.
Exactly.
It's frustrating because we're not getting what we want out of it sometimes.
Right.
But we can't do shit else because it's who we are. So we continuing to ride these waves and do these shows and be who we are. But shit, that's why I've been in the car business 15 years.
Right.
So I go sell some Cadillacs and then go get on the shelf.
Right.
Or do what I had to do. So the grind just keeps going. Oh man, so good to see. Let's take a picture. It's like, all right, man, get out of here. But I got bills to pay. I got work in the morning.
Yes.
Good to see you though.
And I'm driving Lyft now.
Yeah. Oh shit. Uber Eats over here. I did my Uber Eats time. Shit.
So I'm doing a carload at a time comedy, and it's, I find that being a Lyft driver for me, it's like, you know how a bartender or a barber for you guys, whatever, people tell me everything. I've had people break down in tears.
Wow.
So many times at the end of the ride, I have to get out and give people hugs and stuff like this. A couple of times I have to take pictures with people,
Wow.
And it's really a great, great job. And I even have an idea for that because it's like, I feel like, what would you do if you got into my car and I just start bugging, or speaking at it, crazy, just all kinds of these silly scenarios.
Yeah.
But I don't even know how to bring that to fruition, because I know people have to sign a release and all this kind of stuff. And, I was just thinking about it and it had me cracking up, dying laughing. And that's one thing about my material. I don't practice my jokes on the audience. I'll do it in the mirror. I think it has something to do with being the only child.
Gotcha.
And talking to myself.
Gotcha. You go in the mirror and kind of flex it out
I go in the mirror.
first.
If it don't make me laugh, it ain't gonna make you laugh.
Gotcha.
That's the way I feel about it.
Gotcha.
And even when I was on Last Comic Standing, they would all be going to John Lovett's club or to work out here. There, Nikki, you coming on?
Well, I'm chilling.
I'm gonna
go find the mirror at the hotel
I gotta
room.
Go find me a mirror.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. I've never been able. It's like an artist. Yeah. You don't want to show a picture of a woman that you drawn and you only got one arm. You got to draw the other arm before you present it.
Gotta be a completed piece.
Like, this is gonna be nice when I get finished. I want to show it to you when I'm finished.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. I don't know why.
Yeah.
From the beginning, it was like that.
Wow, really?
Yeah. And it's been like that ever since. And I can't write.
Yeah.
And if I do write something down, I'll leave the paper at home or it's in the car. Or
You're like, whatever. Shit, I gotta go.
Yeah, I'm like, I got a bunch of new jokes. I just don't remember them right now.
Right.
So it's a very difficult process, but it's an easy process at the same time.
Because you said, just like from the beginning, you said you're being yourself.
Being
so
myself.
you go on stage, you know how to be yourself, and that's been working so far.
It's been working so far, but has it?
Well, I mean, the talent aspect is there,
right?
But it's the business aspect. Yeah. So that's where the collaborations have to start happening, because I was a very frustrated creative, because I used to want to create. I used to want to produce. I used to produce my own comedy shows, but I wanted to produce content. Mm-hmm. So I remember in LA when I first moved there, I started renting out locations. I rented out a house in Pacific Palisades one time. Put my own money up. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to shoot some sketches. And just so happened, Master P rented out the house the next day to shoot. I got the hookup 2 or 3 or whichever one it was. But it was a dope location. So we shot some sketches in there. I had a little music video that I shot and some comedy incorporated into it. But I didn't have the business since I didn't know what to do with any of this stuff. Right. And I wanted to shoot podcasts. It's like, man, I didn't know how do I, get it? And I didn't like editing. I don't like doing the details. But again, I think, you got to understand, like, you're being prepared. Yeah. So now I got this content that's just sitting there that I've shot. Right. But it's like, all right, now I just got to practice. I kind of put my feet together to it. And at some point, I'll be able to utilize all of that experience and all of those things. And it could come in the form of something else too, because you got to be open-minded. It could be in the form of master classes. You know what I'm saying? Well, now you're teaching how you, do stand-up and how you're teaching the art of this, whatever the case. Everybody got, hustles. It's just which one is going to be the most organic for us to be able to expand.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
Very true. But like you said, now there's a whole different thing to being famous. You have to be famous on social media.
Yeah.
I ain't got that kind of time to be on social media. First of all, I'm driving 8, 10, 12 hours a day. It depends. If I bring my dog, I can drive longer.
You bring the dog. You bring the dog?
Yeah, because he's crazy now.
Oh,
remember how little he was last time? Yeah, he's 10 pounds and he's abusive to me.
It's because he's been riding in a Lyft car with you for 10 hours. Now you get out of the car, he's like, let me out this bitch.
I know. Some days he be like, you be safe out there, Mom. I'm going to chill right here.
Right. I'm going to hold the house down.
Yeah. Like, you don't have to come. He pulling out.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Right.
And some days he meet me at the door like, yo, I'm going today. All right.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do. He the boss.
Wow.
But yeah, so I'm doing all that. I ain't got time to be on social media, even though there's so many things that I could be doing.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I do, like I cooked a crazy keto meal the other day. And I was like, man, you should have had the camera on and, you know,
Could have made a little YouTube show or something
yeah,
like that.
A little something like that. But I just
taking the time. I know you got to figure out. So you're trying to get everything set up, get the lighting right.
Man.
But you know, that's why you because I understood too that, man, that's not my forte, cameras and editing. So I had to pay out a videographer that could edit it. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I'll pay to shoot, but I didn't have the budget to pay to edit. So that project didn't even get edited like it was supposed to. So it's, you know, understanding your strengths and understanding your weaknesses too.
Right.
You know.
And even my book, I mean, when I was 18, I had the title for the book. You know, since 18 in the book, I said I was going to have it out by the time I was 25. Then I said 30.
Yeah.
Then I said 35. Then I said 40. Then I said 50.
Where is this book? Where is the book?
Then I said I was going to turn it into an autobiography, you know, and just do it live, you know, talking and whatever.
Yeah.
And I still may do that,
Yeah.
but I just haven't.
You know what? That's what you need. You just need a side person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You need a co-collaborator, because you could still do, like we was just talking about on the last episode, you could do like a one-woman show.
It's true.
So that's just the show right there. Then it don't take all the detail, all the editing. It's just you, a straight
me.
hour. You could have some video going on in the background about your story. We'll talk. We got
and I know how to do all that. And I have to, like, if you came to my apartment, you'd be like, you ain't doing nothing with this?
Yeah.
You know?
What?
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah. Well, again, that's why we sitting down together.
You know,
because then you can collaborate and you can kind of work out to figure out what the next step should be. So
that's it. That's it. And I'd be so tired after all that driving. I'd be,
yeah, it's exhausting.
I'd be tired.
It's exhausting. So check this out. So when I was in LA, I was supposed to start a brand new job selling Range Rovers in Encino, right? But one of my homegirls that follow me on social media, she was a producer like NBC. She used to do some stuff, and she was like, "Hey," she produced at the Steve Harvey show. So she hit me and was just like, "Hey, I think I got a segment that would be dope for you." Shout out to Shanice. What's up, girl? She's like, "I got a segment that would be dope for you." And I was like, "Yeah, yes. Steve Harvey show." I was like, "Yeah," when he had his daytime show. So I was supposed to start my job at Range Rover on a Monday or something. And then the segment I was supposed to shoot was on that Monday. And I was just like, what do? I got a family to take care of. Do I start this Range Rover job? Or do I do the Steve Harvey show? And I was like, man, I can sell cars anywhere. So I called in a Range. I was like, hey, can I come in on Tuesday instead of Monday? They was like, no, you got to be here mandatory Monday, training on Monday. I was like, okay, bye. And I just didn't show up. So I went to go shoot the episode with the Steve Harvey show. I'm at the studio. I'm going through the lot. I see us Rolls Royce. I'm like, this finna be my moment. Yo, mama. Mama's finna go down. I go to the studio. I'm green screen room. All of that stuff is dope. Makeup. We go through the show segment. Me and Steve got a little segment. We about to do one-on-one. And I'm like, this is I'm finna pop. God, you've been preparing me for this.
Right.
So we get ready to film the episode. I sit down, me and Steve side by side, and it was like a potluck episode where they had like food and stuff on the back. So we were supposed to go over there and kind of have our little talk back and forth. What kind of stuff do you do at the potluck? What do you bring?
Right.
And Steve was just kind of over talking me a little bit. You know, so he just was kind of. I was like, oh, okay, all right. Well, you know, how come? What? So, chill. And I was just like, in my head on that stage, I was like, I don't think they're gonna hear this shit. In my head, I just kind of knew. I was like, he was kind of over talking me. I was like, I don't know if it's that smooth. And sure enough, never aired. They never went aired the episode, and I was just like, bro, what happened here?
Wow.
But it was a good experience. But I say all that to say, I lost that opportunity at Range Rover. So now I'm back interviewing again. That's when I started lifting in LA. And I'm riding around, you know, if you're looking at the rear view, in town, I'll be performing at the such and such bar.
Right.
As I'm doing all of these rides. And then I finally got back into the car business as a broker for a little while. But yeah, it's a grind. But I've been in Vegas for a year now. How long have you been in Vegas?
3 years.
Okay. Yeah, you got here before me.
And if it wasn't for the Comedy Cellar, I don't even know what I would do. They keep me booked. Shout out to the Comedy Cellar LV.
Nice. Where are they located?
They're located inside the Rio.
It's in the Rio. I thought so. Okay,
Yes.
That's what's up. I haven't even been there yet. I could definitely let me know next time you on.
Yeah, I'm there next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
2 shows every night, 7 and 9:30.
Hell yeah, okay. Shout out. That's what's up.
I love that place, for
That's
real.
what's up.
And they have one in New York, as you know.
They do, the
I
solo.
never performed at the one in New York, never. As a matter of fact, when I would ask other comedians about getting on, they made me feel like the lady who books it was like big with hairy knuckles.
Right,
you know?
Right, good luck.
Yeah, and you got to get a cavity search, take a blood test, all this stuff. And that lady is just so sweet.
Oh, nice.
Comedians, come on.
Right.
Just so
They be trying to guard the game sometimes and make it.
Come on.
Right.
And she's just so sweet. And just out of nowhere, she'll be like, "Are you available on this day?" I'll be like, "Yep."
Nice. So did you do the New York one yet?
Never.
Oh,
not yet.
so
Well, I haven't been back to New York to do comedy soon. I mean, in a while.
Wow.
Yeah, in a while.
Same. About 7, 8 years for me, something like that. Since I've been to LA, I haven't been back to New York to do comedy. Unless the call is worth it and somebody got a real budget, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or you just so happen to be going down there and you could do a little run while you in town.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get up here, I get up there, but it's
a few people have hit me up and told me to come through, and they got something new going on. And all this, that, and the other. So.
Oh, you tripping there? You just gotta make that trip.
When I do go, which will be when it's warm.
Yeah, right.
June
and shit.
Yeah, maybe end of May. And my son's birthday is May 15th. I'd like to go see him on his birthday.
All right, what's his name?
Hanif.
Shout out to Hanif. Happy
Hanif.
birthday.
Hanif Carr.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so his birthday is then, and I might go through. I mean, Ade. Adiola. Your birthday is May 6th. Yes.
Okay. Can't leave nobody out.
That's my daughter.
Okay.
However, it might still be cold around your birthday, boo boo.
Right. So we'll make up for it.
Yes,
when the spring comes.
Right. So I'm gonna try to see all my kids and all my grandkids when I go this time. I'm gonna drive home.
Oh, you're gonna make the drive out?
I'm gonna drive home.
Oh, nice.
Me and my doggy.
Nice.
Cross country, there and back.
Nice.
So that's another reason why I'm grinding so hard right now, because I want to make sure everything is paid ahead.
Right.
So that I don't have to worry and run
stressing while you're out of town. Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, I made that drive too, because I lived in Jersey City. Mm-hmm. The last place I left in New York, and then we drove all the way to LA, Santa Clarita, and then moved on into LA from there. Mm-hmm. But yes, it took me about 3 days, so take your time.
Yeah.
Try to make it a little trip out of it, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this will be about my 3rd or 4th time driving across the country.
Oh, you done that already?
Come on, last name Carr, baby.
Right. She said, how did you expect anything less?
Exactly. People be riding with me. Like, damn, Nikki, you could drive. Last name Carr.
Right. Need I say more? Hell yeah.
Yeah. And I used to say it all the time. Maybe I'm just like my father because he's a drummer and he drove all over the country as well.
Wow.
And then I found out later on that, he was a driving MF.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I say, I am just like my father.
Wow.
Look like him.
Oh, man, right. Just like it. You carrying the torch.
But
I'm definitely think you're making, your legacy known and making the family proud. This
water's delicious, by the way.
We have excellent water here. We do have excellent water here. You should know that when you come on the show. We have some good water. She didn't want the whiskey, so we gave her really good water.
This water's good.
See that? So what would you say your most enjoyable or proudest moment of being on a stage has been? Because you performed all over the place.
Yeah, there's so many, but I really, really think working for the military. I mean, big strapping men with all these medals and patches and all this stuff, or crying.
Wow.
In gratitude.
Wow.
For what they've received. That right there. That was awesome.
Powerful moments.
Powerful.
Wow.
And then I like opening for music acts. I've opened for the Whispers, Stephanie Mills, the Dells, a lot of Teddy Pendergrass.
Oh, Teddy Penn.
Yeah. I had him rolling. He was in the wheelchair. Sorry, Teddy.
Wow. When you got the legends laughing.
Yeah, it was.
How dope is that?
It was great.
Where was this at?
In Boston.
In Boston. Wow.
Yeah. Boston. I love doing music shows. I love hosting music shows.
Yeah.
Because music is my first love.
Yeah.
Comedy is who I am, but if you ask me what I love to do, I love anything involving music.
Yeah.
It's just, it helps.
Yeah, same. Yeah, same.
Music helps a lot.
Facts. When I first started doing comedy, I started doing live music showcases in New York. Out there, they got a strong music scene. You up there singing.
When you hit me
rapping.
up, I was like, Charlie Wilson.
Right.
Oh.
I thought, I open for you. Oh, no, the comedian. Oh, brother, okay. Yeah, let's go and do this little podcast. I thought it was Uncle Charlie. About to change my life. About to come with a budget.
Just a just a new music show on my belt,
Right.
But I was still grateful and happy to know Charlie Wilson.
Yeah, the other Charlie.
The other.
I got a t-shirt
It's
made
in my
too.
it's in my phone. Charlie Wilson, not the singer.
Right. That's how you gotta save me. Cause I'll ruin your day. You fuck around, smoke blunt or something. You be like, oh Lord, everybody be quiet. Everybody be quiet. Hello? Nikki Carr's office.
Exactly.
You be like, oh, Charlie, what's up, man?
But yeah,
Doing some shit in Henderson.
I love music shows. I see now Babyface is coming and Sherry Shepherd is hosting.
Oh, no.
I think it might be tomorrow night or tonight.
Snap.
I want to go so bad.
Wow. That's the thing about Vegas. Everybody is coming in the town. There's always stuff going on.
Vegas.
Right. Once you pop here, though, it's on.
Yeah.
It's just getting into those networks.
And I'm not far removed from Sherry.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if I inboxed her and said so and so and so, but I don't want to do that.
See, you don't be wanting to see. You got a little bit of me in you.
I'll buy a ticket first.
Yeah, no.
And then be like, tell Sherry that Nikki Carr is here. And I'd like to come and give her a hug or something something like that.
I used to be the same way.
I love Lunell. From the moment I met Lunell, she's been cool with me.
Shout out to Lunell.
She was great to me. Like she knew me already, and I'm just meeting this lady for the first time in my life. And she's always shown me love.
Yeah.
But when she had a residency here, I didn't hit her up and say, Lou, I want to come to the show. I didn't just show up at the door and be like, I'm a friend of Lou now.
Yeah.
I paid and bought a ticket and went in.
Yeah.
Saw her after the show. Blah, blah, blah. That's who I am.
But that's that. And I got to get on to you about that because I used to be the same way. Because where I come from, it's like, I don't ask for no hand. I don't need no hand. I don't need you to put me on. I don't need to be. My daddy used to call it rubbernecking. They ain't rubbernecking in front of nobody to be on their show. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna chill. And they'll call me if they want to hit me up. That was me for a long time.
Yeah.
But you're gonna miss 100 of them shots that you don't take. Right. And a lot of times people are ready to support you. They're ready to get behind you. They want to put you on. They want to put you in a position. But if we don't initiate, man, we never even have that opportunity. So I would say within the past 5 to 7 years, I started giving everybody, as many people as I could, an opportunity to support me. Mm-hmm. And then if they didn't, I was like, well, cool. Mm-hmm. I see what it is. Now, no worries. Right. But if I give you that opportunity and you can say, yeah, come on in, come on do it. And then, some things can start happening from there. And it's a little tough. But that's the marketing aspect that we talked about earlier today with it's just being on yourself. You can have the talent, but unless you have that marketing ability to place yourself in those environments and build with people and build those relationships, then it's going to be a lot more difficult for people to just say, yes, let's grab this person and get me and grab you to do that because there's so many people coming at them too. Even with Laugh After Dark, our inboxes, our DMs stay full, but those people that are hitting us, we still remember them. We still know them. They still may not be on the show yet, but we know who they are.
Right.
And if we see them perform or we catch that opportunity, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I remember this person. So it goes a long way.
Like even some of the clubs here, Brad Garrett's, I've never been there. I want to go there so bad.
Yeah, I heard that's one of the hottest spots.
But if I get to the door and I'll be like, I'm comedian Nikki Carr, and they be like, who?
Facts. Yo, that happened to me week 1 out here. I pulled up to a club and I was just because in LA you can just kind of pull up to comedy clubs anyway.
Right.
But out here, unless you perform it, you're a guest. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they don't know you. So I got humble real quick. I was like, oh yeah, I'm a comment.
Right.
Oh, I'm just y'all got some drinks, so I'm gonna go bathroom this way. All right.
Exactly.
Because it's like, damn, it's like you ain't that, that person yet. But there's a process. That's where you gotta pop into the mic. That's where you gotta still jump in there. And it's kind of like, as comics, we don't want to say I'm above, doing all of those extra things. But at the same time, it's
I'm just shy.
Who got time for this shit?
Right. I'm shy. And after 25 years, I really don't want to be made to beg.
Yeah.
I will ask.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna beg.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I will reach out and I will ask, but I will not beg.
Well, that's all I think you'll have to do. I feel like if you stepped up and was just like, hey, who does the booking here? Like, cool, you got the email.
Right.
I got to do this email. You got the credits. You got the stuff on there. You know what I'm saying? That's literally all it be, Nikki. That really is literally all it takes. But sometimes just doing that is still work, but that's literally sometimes all it takes.
I don't mind doing that. So, sometimes like Bill Burr is coming to town.
Oh, okay.
Bill Burr, we ran in New York. We was on the same $100 shows and everything. And I know if I said, Bill, I want to come to the show, he'll be like, okay. Yeah. And if I can't get to him, his opener is cool with me. I think is it Rick D'Elia? I think Rick opens for him a lot, or somebody that I work with all the time at the Comedy Cellar opens for him all the time.
Gotcha.
You know, and I could probably just be like, hey, can you put me? But I'm. What if they say no?
Yeah,
that's gonna hurt so bad.
It's the fear of rejection. It's the fear of rejection. It's gonna burn.
That's what you call it?
It's the fear of rejection.
Man, my mother used to be like, you got to get over this.
Yeah.
Because one day I'm not gonna be here to ask everybody everything for you, and I just never did really. Yeah. I'm so it hurts so bad to be told no.
Sure.
You know, it hurts.
It burns.
Yeah, it burns.
But you gotta take those no's, or you'll never get that one yes that'll change your life. Ooh, shit! We gotta Instagram that video. That's a message right there.
Come on now.
That was a message right there. I said. You will
say it again, Charlie.
I forgot it.
You got to take the no's to get to the yes.
Right.
Exactly.
If you don't take those no's, then you won't get the yeses. So you got to be willing to take those no's and go through those hardships to be able to open up.
Charlie Wilson, the singer, ain't never told me that.
See that?
He ain't got no song to say
Charlie Wilson calling you out.
Charlie.
Shooba-dooba-dooba. Now what?
Forget about Uncle Charlie. It's nephew Charlie time right now, doggone it.
Straight up. Well, Nikki, please let the people know what you've got coming up. I know you're at the Cellar on the next...
I'm at the Comedy Cellar LV, located inside the Rio. That will be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I may not be on the website or on the little picture outside because I believe I'm covering for someone, which is cool. Yeah. I don't care. Put me in, coach. But if you come inside, I will be on the stage. There are 2 shows each night, 7 and 9:30 p.m. And I would love to see you.
Dope.
I have a dry bar special. It's called I Wish These Were Jokes because, as I said again, most of my comedy is real life experiences. So check that out. Please watch that because so many people have seen it already and they're telling me that I'm not ready to get paid yet because I'm still paying for production costs. I didn't even know I was a producer. Anyway.
Yeah. How was that dry bar too? Because I know a lot of comics have been hitting that dry bar. It's got to be a clean show. Where did y'all shoot that at?
And it was in Utah, yes. Okay. What's it, Provo, Utah?
Providence?
No,
that's Rhode Island.
It's Provo or something like that. I forgot the name of the city. It's a little name. I
went to St. George. That's all of Utah I've seen.
Yeah. So you do that. I did that years ago, but it's still good.
Nice.
So everybody go watch that so, I can get them numbers up and they give me some money for it. Thank you.
Facts.
And somebody just put out something that I filmed during the pandemic called Drive-In Comedy. And I looked for it yesterday online for the first time because I'll be late looking for stuff that I'm on. And it looks like it's going to be okay. It's something that we did at a drive-in. It was all right.
Nice.
And that's on everything. So if you got the remote where you talk, just put Drive-In Comedy and the show going to come up and I'm on that. So yeah.
Nice. Okay, solid for sure.
And I'm on Laugh After Dark with Charlie Wilson. Mm-hmm.
That's right, man.
That's
and your newfound Instagram, because I know them people came and got you and took
your
shit
they
and hacked
got
you.
me. They
she sent me a
me.
DM talking about some, hey, just send me your cash app. I was like, Nikki, I don't know. It was fishy. I'm gonna secretly unfollow. Let me just get out of here for a minute.
Yes,
the shit cool off.
That at comedian Nikki Carr is no longer me.
Gotcha.
So don't be sending them nothing. Don't even engage with them. Okay, come to the real comedian Nikki Carr. And that's where you'll find me. I'm also on Facebook. I'm also on, what is that?
OnlyFans? Is it? No?
Huh? OnlyFans?
No, I don't know. I don't know what you got going on.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
The other one.
She don't know.
I'm there. Google me.
That's what's up. Yo, man, it's been another dope episode.
And I'm a Lyft driver.
And she's a Lyft driver. So you never know. She might just scoop your ass up at these streets.
That's right. And I drive Lyft. Shout out to all my peoples who I ride with, who ride with me.
Most def. Yo, one more time for Nikki Carr, represent the Bronx to the fullest. I've been your boy, Charlie Wilson TV. It's Do Tell. We'll Laugh After Dark. I'll see y'all next time. Did you like that? Come on, man. That was a good-ass episode, man. Look, I don't want you to miss out on the next one. Take a quick minute. Hit the subscribe button down below. That way you can get a notification. And you don't want to miss out? I'm looking out for you. I'll see you guys on the next episode.